station. Heed the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
When Red Shane East ended the longest All-Star game on record with a homer, they gave it all to the National League. When he grew up, he would hit 7 feet. He would also become one of the highest scoring players in basketball history.
Penalty flag on the play. Pass is caught. That's Ingold, the fullback, for the touchdown, but a flag is down.
Absolutely fantastic.
Rebound. Oh! Did you see that? One of the saves of the year from Marc-Andre Fleury.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Power Play Sports Collectible Show. I am Aaron Phillips. That is Scott Hosey across the table from me. Welcome. We have a great show. By the way, today's the last show of September already. Can you believe that? September.
What day is it?
I think it's September 26th. By the way, before I forget, tomorrow evening starts the Jewish holiday of Yom Kippur. So those of us who celebrate want to wish everybody a safe and easy fast as we atone for our sins. And God knows if I look at my ledger, I need more than one day. But anyway, 702-329-6947 is our number. But first, before we get started in the show, Scott, I'm going to turn it over to you because we have a guest ready to go on video.
Absolutely. A good friend of mine on the East Coast, West Virginia, Chris Chandler, he is going to be hosting our auction, the Power Play Sports Collectibles and Chadman Designs auction today. So we'll go ahead and bring up Chris. Are you there? How you doing, Chris? Uh-oh. We have no... Are you there, Chris?
Yep.
Hey, so we're on the air, and we've got our listeners for not only ourselves, but I know you're sharing it on Facebook all over the place.
Yeah, it's been shared on the Chainman Designs Facebook page and the Wrestling Auction Lives page that we're doing this auction on, and my personal page. So, yeah.
All over the place. And
we're multi-casting.
Yeah, and he does auctions back there. And we've
got to get it out there.
Right on.
And we've been trying to get this done, and Power Play will be doing some other auctions, but I'm going to let him put his toe in the water for Power Play.
All right.
So I sent him probably 100 autographed 8x10s. He's got some stuff for the signings he's done back there. So, Chris, give us a sample of some of the stuff that's going to be on the auction at 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern time.
All right, so, we're going to do some auctions, of course. That's what the auction's all about. You sent some great items. What we're going to do with the auction is all the JSA stuff you sent, we're going to put up for auction. Like this Sting autograph right here, it's going to be up for auction. So if anybody's interested in this, so what you do is we'll be live at 6:05 here, my time, 3 at yours. And what you'll do is you'll say, all right, I want to bid on this. So you just, we'll start the, we're going to start the bidding at a certain price. You bid it, just keep going up $5, increments. And once you're out, let us know you're out, and then the winner will collect this and we'll send it off. Not only that, like I said, we're also going to be selling items, so with the items that we'll sell, you just, say sold, item name. Get over here. All right, here we go. I'm fighting with the camera here. Sold, items name, and price. So, if you want to purchase like this lovely Tessa Blanchard piece right here with the Impact title, You just say sold Tessa Blanchard, Impact Champion, price. And we're also going to be auctioning off all kinds of good stuff. We got some combos stuff going on. I got a bunch of DVD, brand new, spanking brand from High Spots. I got a bunch of brand new DVDs. We got 5 combos with a mystery box packet with all kinds of good stuff. Autographed card in every box, a micro brawler, and all kinds of stuff, man. You know, stuff that people like. And I was able to, you know, with some of the autographs you sent. So some of the autographs you sent, I was able to. I got a bunch of micro brawlers from, you know, when I do these indie events and I sell these micro brawlers. So with the autographs you sent over, I had a bunch of micro brawlers. So you sent a Bret Hart. Well, I got a little Bret Hart to go with.
That's cool.
Awesome.
It's his own tag team.
It's his own mini me.
Combos. I mean, because this micro brawler itself on eBay goes for $30 to $50. So you're going to get an autographed or picture and a micro brawler. So I mean, we're going to have more combos like that. We're going to have action figures for sale, like this right here, the last AJ Styles Impact Wrestling figure that he ever made, signed by AJ. We also have his first TNA figure and his first WWE figure too, and we have a bunch of other figures signed. We're going to be taking pre-orders for Heath Slater. I got a nice art piece that's coming up next time we do a sale.
It's because he needs to feed his family, right?
Yeah,
Heath Ledger has kids, right? So we got to get him ready.
He's got kids, man. You know, so next Saturday we have him at an ASW event.
Oh, right.
So I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff signed by Heath there, and we'll have some Heath Slater stuff pre-order. But yeah, man. So tonight, 6:05. You know, we're gonna have some fun. You will not see this ugly mutt face. I'm gonna have I will have the camera on the items only, so you don't have to see this. I mean, who wants to look at this? I mean,
so
all these people doing this auction, it's like. Focus on the stuff.
In order to participate, I know you said just go onto the Facebook page, which is Wrestling Auction Live, as we have under your picture there.
Yes.
Does anybody have to register to place auction, or just get onto the page and do your thing?
So you don't have to register nowhere. Just go on the wrestling. So if you share, if the page has been shared, like on my page or y'all's page, go to bid on anything or to purchase anything, to go over on that page and put you want that item. And we're really, you know, we got some items we got doubles of, and some items we don't. Like a lot of stuff Scott sent, we can get more from Scott and Power Play. So, you know, like I'm telling people, you know, hey, we might have one Bret Hart, but we can get more Bret.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we got connections, you know. We know this guy sitting over there with the glasses, you know.
Well, there's two of us here, but there's two of us here with glasses, but I can't help us.
The guy with not the hat on there, you know.
And I want to do another shout out to Chris, because right after we get off the line here with him, we're going to go over the next upcoming Sports Card Collectible show. We had a little faux pas this past week that we will explain, and Chris stepped right up to the plate, and we have filled the spots for the guests. But it looks like November, if we can fit it into the schedule, somebody who has not been here in Las Vegas, being one of the ECW originals, great wrestler Shane Douglas. We're talking to him about him coming in doing either autograph session and seminar, or just the autograph session. And so I want to thank you, Chris.
Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we want to plug that, because he's somebody that has not been on the West Coast. And so definitely Shane Douglas be huge. Come out here so the wrestling fans can meet him.
Well, we know Chief is ready because he's got messages in the box. Good morning. He's ready for the auction, and he's looking forward to seeing Chris this afternoon.
All right. Well,
so, Chris, we'll talk to you at the top of the hour on TCA. And
you guys have a good one.
Thanks, man.
We'll talk to you soon. Hey,
all right.
Thank you, sir. Hey, now, this is going to be great.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
And I'm not an expert when it comes to auctions and stuff like that. I've been involved in some, especially, you know, live at the events and things like that. But internet auctions, you know, I work technology 40 hours plus a week. At 4:05, I turn off technology. I don't even do social media. That's it for everybody else. So shout out to Ryan, Matt, and Jason for that stuff over there.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, why don't we do a quick break? We'll let Aaron over here reset a little bit, finish his coffee, and then we'll be back with Power Play Sports Collectibles.
Hi, I'm Wally Joyner. Listen to the Power Play Sports Collectibles podcast every week. and visit the store at the Boulevard Mall.
It's not easy. The mask kind of makes people uncomfortable. I don't have much of a social life. I wish people could see me for who I am, just trying to fit in. Be a good friend. Make a living. I know, the whole chainsaw thing, the woods, sneaking up on people, I get it. I don't have the best reputation. But the thing is, behind the mask, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not scary at all. I have a cat.
All right, welcome back to Power Play Sports Collectible Show. Aaron and Scott joining you this morning. Hey, quick reminder, of course, our phone numbers will appear on the screen. Give us a call if you have questions about the auction, about anything we're going to talk about. We'd love your feedback. 702-329-6947. If you're outside the United States, 855-502-4321. Use the old Twitter machine using hashtag PPSC Live. Also, too, if you see a QR code pop up on the screen, just scan the code and I'll take you to PowerPlaySportsCards.com website. A lot going on, a lot of news to update. Let's get rock and rolling.
Absolutely. First of all, the mall is open. And you know what? The governor is going to make an announcement this week about possibly opening up some capacity limits and also youth sports. So that could be a positive thing for Las Vegas.
That'll be good.
Reminder, once again, mall is open. It is open 11 to 9. Monday through Saturday, Sunday, 11 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, 6-foot distance, social distancing, 50% occupancy. That could change this week. Masks are still required. And so I think we're going to have to get used to that for a little longer.
I think so.
Yeah. And if you're sick, please stay at home. Take care of the rest of the family. Take care of yourself. We want to see you back as soon as you're feeling up and about. Now, deep breath. Our sports cards, toys, and collectible show.
I've heard about something about that happening.
October 23rd through the 25th at the Boulevard Mall. Don't worry, the show is still going on, but we've had to do a reset on our celebrity guest, Matt Stryker.
All right, I'm confused. Is that's a toy show as well, or just the collectible show?
It's all collectibles.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
If you have anything sports or collectibles related, even coins, we've had a coin dealer here and there.
Okay.
But, you're right there in the entertainment area of the mall, right in front of Heads Up, by the movie theater, by Power Play, by Versus, by Poor Boy Comics. Everything's right there. Even the place, which is having a lot of trendy autograph guests.
Last week,
Zeus,
Tiny Lester was there. Lister, Zeus.
Yep. And then, so we're going to do the sports card, toys, collectible show. Matt Stryker will not be there, but they're being replaced, and Chris is actually working on the flyer between shows now. We are having two Raiders, Doki Williams, former wide receiver, and Jay Schrader, former quarterback.
Yeah, buddy of mine, and I'm going to give him a plug. The gentleman who got me into this industry about 15 years ago. Yeah, Rich Perez, well-noted sportscaster and such. He and Jay Schrader now are actually doing a show on, I think, CBS Radio, I want to say. So, so they're doing that locally. So that's cool. That'll be cool.
So come on down and meet Doki and Jay. Get your Raider autographs.
Yeah.
That was all signed yesterday.
Doki.
Right. Okie doke. Oh, I fell right into that.
Did. I got him. Small
also,
payback.
We are doing so much here at Power Play, at Go Live, at TCA. If you want to advertise, we have spots available for anybody, any type of packages, all shows, mix and match. We can do interviews.
Yep.
If you want to come on and just plug your place of business.
Remote shows. We can come to your place.
Absolutely. So get a hold of either Aaron, myself, or the other Aaron here at the Go Live Studios. We can, take your text messages and chat messages and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and how would they reach out to us besides text? Because they don't know my phone number. They don't know your phone number.
you want me to give them your phone number?
No.
Okay.
You can get an email.
Yes. info@thoughtscountanywhere.com. Once
Absolutely.
again, info@thoughtscountanywhere.com.
Absolutely.
All right, Unicon. We had a meeting with Steve, Crystal, Rob, myself. The Unicon is still going on. Fandoms United, March 5th through the 7th at the World Marketplace. 200,000 square feet of toys, comics, cosplay, collectibles, e-gaming, pro wrestling, sports, you name it. And last night at about 11 o'clock, we got confirmation from one of our sponsors, a guest that did not show up last year because there was some travel concerns.
Okay.
Kevin Nash.
Right on.
Diesel.
Big Sexy.
That's how you called him. I called him Diesel. But he will be appearing at Unicon.
Hey, if Shawn Michaels can call him Big Sexy,
well,
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm right there.
So, and also we'll plug it throughout the show. Don't forget tonight, 3:05 Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern time. We have the Power Play Sports Cards and Collectibles auction going on. So
we have to, we want to remind everybody, though, that unlike our run sheet where it says one website, you have to make sure you go onto that Wrestling
Auction Live.
Wrestling Auction Live. And that's 3:05 p.m. our time.
Yes, 3:05 our time in the West Coast, 6:05. The
3 plus 3.
Yeah. 6:05 Eastern time. It's sort of like the TBS. Everything was something 05.
Yes, everything was off that hour.
Why
exactly.
did they do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
But it worked.
That was Ted Turner's thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was always 5 minutes late.
It was Jane Fonda's problem.
I was hoping you'd finish the line and not me.
So with that being said, let's talk a little sports.
Yes, let's do so.
Raiders had their first home game.
Yes, they
did.
No
fans.
No fans, but they won.
They won.
Very important.
Surprisingly, and I lost. I did
Are
not.
you giving back that Knights money?
Yeah, I gave back the Knights money. But it was great. A lot of the local casinos or sports books were packed.
Yeah. And thank you for Governor Sisolak for opening the bars Sunday night just in time for that.
That's a surprise.
I'm surprised we didn't close back down on Tuesday.
Coincidence that
what
it's
a coinky
open.
dink.
Yeah, no kidding.
Why,
yeah.
certainly.
It's not political.
No, not at all. But
it was good for the bars.
Absolutely.
It was good for the sports books.
Absolutely.
And let's keep moving in that direction. So, the safety things, take them to heart and just be courteous.
Do we know when Sisolak's going on this week to make those
Last
announcements?
night's announcement said sometime this week.
Okay.
Usually he's been doing it on Thursdays because,
Thursdays?
government doesn't work on Fridays.
Right, that's true. That's true.
49ers.
Yes.
And other injuries, let's call it other injuries.
This past week was horrendous.
But the 49ers, poor Matt. Yeah, I teased him. I sent him a picture of the new logo. It's basically a 4 with a wheelchair underneath it.
Match 407 7th symbol.
Oh, man, it's just...
Well, listen, the injury bug hurt a lot of teams last week. My Giants, Saquon Barkley, done. A lot of ACLs. And you and I talked about it. We messed around on Messenger months ago. Here and on Our House, Our Voice, we talked about what could be the result of no preseason games. Now, that's not to say these injuries couldn't happen anyway.
Sure.
However, there is something different between getting in cardio shape for football and football shape. Body getting hit and making those cuts. And now 2 games into the season, too many injuries that have done. I mean, my Giants weren't going anywhere anyway. But to have Barkley go down now for a year, that's and he's coming out of something with his contract for next year, whether it's going to be picked up or not.
Yep.
So all that garbage is going to start. But yeah, the 49ers, Bosa, Garoppolo, right? Just to name two. What was the result of Garoppolo's injury?
I think it's a high ankle sprain, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Matt would be able to tell us and cry at the same time.
We'll be crying during our next show at 9 o'clock.
9:05.
9:05, that's right.
But no, like you said, with the whole thing with no preseason, they've always stressed that preseason means nothing. Well, I think it means something now. Right. And even if they just do 1 or 2 games instead of the 4, I think definitely it's something they need to look at.
Thank you, Jeff. Jeff mentions also Bruce Irvin from the Seahawks is out, and also mentioning how many injuries have decimated football this year.
College football.
Yeah, Big Ten coming back. And, of course, everybody else.
Pac-12 is coming back.
Pac-12, Mountain West is going to be coming back. It was only a matter of time. If one domino fell, then the rest were going to fall in.
Right, and the Pac-12 had the biggest heat on them because they were the last of the big conferences not to join in.
Right.
And now, they kind of blamed it off on the governor, which was his fault.
Well, listen, but you know what, though? I mean, they also had health conditions in California with the smoke and everything.
Yes.
Not that they were going to last, but now I think they're playing, 8 games leading up to also the conference game. It'll be interesting to see how these conference games are going to finish out the championships. And then the Championship series.
How are they going to sort this? It's sort of like the baseball thing that you and I've talked about, 60 games. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But, for me, being obviously a Michigan boy, it's going to be strange not to see the last game against Ohio State. It just really is, because that's the tradition.
Yep.
And because of the scheduling and
middle of October or something, right?
It's like, whoa. But, the other thing is, for some of these teams, if you lost the first or second game of the year, you were still in it.
Right.
With these shortened schedule, you're done.
Yeah.
You are done.
Well, for a lot of big guys in the big conferences, look, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, the first week or two Appalachian State.
Yeah, okay, yeah. 15 years, okay?
No. I'm saying that for Penn State because we played them in those opening games.
I thought you were criticizing that whole...
No. Well, look, Alabama plays the sister St. Teresa's in those first couple of weeks. Every big power...
They're preseason games. Who are we kidding?
But Appalachian State has given my Nittany Lions trouble in the past. But those first couple of games, like you said, are almost extended preseason games when you expect the big guys to win. But like you said, now it's a sprint. It's not a marathon. Yeah. It's a shorter sprint. And
the other thing is, for those teams like St. Mary's, Appalachian State,
right.
Things like that, those were big paydays
of course.
For those colleges.
That made their whole 2 years.
Yeah, it paid for the entire football season,
exactly.
And every other sport too. Because Michigan used to give them $5 million just for that game, and it's like now those games don't exist.
Nope.
And for some of those smaller colleges, it's like, where do they get the money? Because they don't have a TV deal.
Unless they're a private school and they get a lot of funding and money that way. But you're right. There's not a whole lot of TV deals for those small. Look, Notre Dame. Look at the change Notre Dame made for the first time ever. They had to join a conference.
Yes.
ACC. Now, their game this weekend, for those who don't know, was canceled against Wake Forest or rescheduled because of COVID positive tests on Notre Dame's campus.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Absolutely. It's going to, like you said, a sprint, and who's going to be the national champion? It's going to be
an asterisk, in my opinion, no matter what.
NHL.
Yes.
Let's start with the Golden Knights.
Yes.
Marc-Andre Fleury has put out a statement that he wants to stay with the Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Said he never anticipated going through this. He's willing to take a lesser role.
Mm-hmm.
But can the team afford a lesser role? That's the problem with the salary cap.
Is he going to be willing to restructure his contract?
You could, but usually restructuring a contract means more years. And so...
Yeah, but you can redefine those back couple of years to something else that won't impact.
You can't get the Bobby Bonilla contract in hockey, though. That's the, Bobby Bonilla retired 15 years ago, and he's still going to be paid for the next 15 years.
Was it $1 million a year or something in July?
Exactly.
Crazy. I'd like that contract.
But, for Marc-Andre,
look, he's a staple. He's a staple.
The face of the franchise. And
would you say he's more of a face of the Knights than he was with Pittsburgh after all those years?
Yeah, because they had Sidney Crosby, they had Mark Lemieux,
right? Mario
Lemieux, and so he was. First couple of years, everybody knows my distaste for the head coach and the other goaltender, which I proved. I proved everybody right with that. Nobody believed me. Now it's like, wow, maybe you should be the GM.
You got enough on your plate.
Yeah, exactly. But shout out to the Kraken.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to the Kraken. It looks like they might have a head coach.
Yeah, anybody we know?
Could be ex-Red Wing.
Oh, okay.
Ex-Golden Knights head coach.
Gotcha.
Gerard Gallant. And, I'm going to be a fan of the Kraken. I'm going to be a crackhead.
Okay.
And when I go up there, I'm going to go to the crack house and watch hockey.
There you go. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. I think their logo, they've outsold the Golden Knights 3-1 in opening merchandise. And so definitely...
Chief says, let Lerner go and start Fleury, and our buddy Jason, who we'll see at the top of the hour, he says, what are you worried about? He made you money.
Yeah, no kidding. He made me good
That's
money.
That's a great point, Jason.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. By the way, you better be here soon. Time's a wasting, Speedy. And then also, for those who don't care, but I do because I'm a true hockey fan, Lightning Stars.
Are they still playing hockey? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Lightning looks like they're going to run away with the title.
Are they up 3-1 now?
3-1.
Okay.
And that's been a team that's had some great seasons and have just fallen flat on their face in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I think this year they're going to break through. Obviously, it's a 50-50
Well, they won how many years ago? This would be if they win their second cup,
be
right?
Their second cup.
They won the first one
about 8-9 years ago.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But
also another non-hockey winter location.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have Stanley Cup in the
South.
South and warm climates.
Yeah.
Dallas and Tampa Bay.
It's crazy.
Now they did say there's going to be an issue with the Stanley Cup. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's why he remembers it. The Tampa Bay Lightning defeated the Calgary Flames Game 7, 2004.
Yeah.
And the reason why that was put up automatically is our producer here is from Calgary,
And
so he's a
trying to
little
move it-
bitter.
And he's trying to move us along
Yeah,
and get
he's
off
like,
of it.
"You're gonna move on." Then why'd you put it up there? You put stuff up there all the time. You want me to talk
Because
about
we're
it?
an informative show.
Yes.
That's why.
But no, that was a great.
Oh, Jason's outside, by the way. He's outside the studio.
You're more than welcome to come in, Jason.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
quiet as a church mouse.
Jeff says he likes the Kraken's jersey.
It is. It's an awesome looking logo. The color scheme obviously fits up there with the Mariners and the Seahawks.
Was that the teal and the green
teal
and whatever?
and a little bit of the blue.
Yeah.
It works just fine. But yeah, the Stanley Cup is not going to go person to person, city to city,
Yeah.
because every player gets a day or two with the Stanley Cup.
Can't do it.
Can't do it this year, so
Not unless you wrap it in bubble wrap and COVID and all sorts of
spray with
hand
alcohol,
lotion. Right, exactly.
bleach wipes, Clorox will make a fortune. Because you hear stories of what the Stanley Cup has
Well,
been
how
through.
many times has the Stanley Cup fallen? Was it the Stanley Cup? Maybe it was the soccer championship where one of the guys was holding it. It fell off the parade truck.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No.
So.
And for people in the know, there are two Stanley Cups. It's the traveling
Right.
cup and the one that stays in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
yeah.
All right.
Basketball ratings are still down. I wonder why.
I don't care.
Exactly. But the Miami Heat and the Lakers look like they are on a collision course. Oh, there's the jersey.
Oh, there it is. But I don't think that's the one that they're, because that doesn't look like the Mariners and Seahawks colors.
Yeah, that's I think the alternate jersey.
That's the alternate
yeah.
jersey. Yeah, but I'm not wild about the S looking like a, I don't know. Anyway, but it's a start.
And we got the Boston Celtics fan that just walked in the.
That's
room.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good thing we're not talking about basketball right
Yes,
now. So
basketball.
let's keep going.
Yeah, so basketball, we've got the Heat and the Lakers. Looks like they're on a collision course,
Yeah,
which
and
is
big surprise in that East.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and for that matter, you've got the Lakers playing Denver, which was supposed to be LA versus LA,
Right.
and so the network is kind of how do we play?
Well,
this
the only
up?
thing the network can hope for is that Denver comes back, at least wins another, maybe one more game just to extend. If they go out 4-1, I think it'll be a letdown.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
The network's
expected,
hoping for Boston to make a comeback because the Boston LA.
They will. I think Miami's
Yeah.
going to stick a fork in them.
And you're going to have to play the whole thing. It'll all be about LeBron at that point,
Right.
going up against his former team, and LeBron can stick it. I'll just move on. You're a basketball player. Stick to basketball.
But let's give Eric Spoelstra his credit.
Yeah.
He's done a great job with this team and getting him. He's
Oh, yeah.
he's a great coach. And the couple of years after LeBron left, they hit a little skid for a year
yeah.
or two, but he's done a nice job getting this team together. The youth that they put in there, he's done a nice job.
Who else is in that organization, though, that's been quiet over there?
Pat Riley.
Pat Riley, ex-Laker coach, general manager.
Yeah, and Miami Heat coach before
Yeah.
Spoelstra took over.
And then, he was up in New York for a while, but that organization just sucks.
Just put a stick of dynamite in the Knicks
The
organization.
only thing good is you get to go to Madison Square Garden. That's
Yeah,
about it.
Yeah.
Baseball. Okay, so far as of yesterday afternoon, on the AL side, you've got the Rays, the Yankees, Blue Jays, Twins, White Sox, Indians, A's, and I think 5 or 10 other teams in the playoffs.
It's probably a shorter list who's not getting in the playoffs
It
at this
is.
point.
And on the NL side, you got the Braves, Cubs, Dodgers, and Padres.
I saw a headline this morning on social media somewhere that the Astros got into the playoffs, and whoever wrote that was a little quick on the enter button.
Yes.
Because they were one strike away from getting in, then they lost the game last night.
Yeah, very
So
true.
Houston officially is not in the playoffs yet, folks. So sorry, Nate Miller down there in Texas. I know you're watching. I know you're a Rangers fan, but you are down there in Texas. So
But have you seen there was an interesting article and post that's come up on the news wires about the Astros in the last 2 years, that all the batting averages of like the top 5 or 6 are down about 30%,
Really?
30 points.
really,
And it just shows
wonder why.
they just need a garbage can nearby.
that's right. That's right. They need a little Morse code going
Yeah.
on. Exactly.
Fastball.
That's exactly.
But when you look at the AL side, the Yankees to me have been a disappointment because of the
Absolutely.
injuries. But you've got 6 or 7 teams that are already in. Who's your pick? I know you want to go with your heart.
I do. But of the list that's here right now, I think, listen, Tampa Bay. By the way, the Marlins got in, so let's add them to the. They won last night. First time they've made the playoffs, I think, since 2003.
But they disbanded the team again.
Jeez. Out of the East, I hate to say it, I like Tampa. Tampa Bay gives Yankees fits, just like the Red Sox used to all those years. The last couple of years, Yankees have been handling the Red Sox, but they just can't get past Tampa Bay.
The ghost of Steinbrenner, since he's lived in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, right. And I want to say, I think I saw that. Who was going to finish second in the American League East? I don't think it was the Yankees.
The Yankees are right now in second. I took that, but the Blue Jays are coming up.
Then that's where it is. But the Rays got the East for the third year in a row.
Yes.
The Rays. So, listen.
Tampa could have basketball and.
Could you imagine that?
Or not baseball and hockey.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. With like Boston a few years back.
Yeah. I just the injuries this year, just like 2019 for the Yankees. They had a great listen. They needed to keep playing Toronto the rest of the season when they had that 10-game stretch where they were hitting like 100-0. Fell on a couple of hard times, but Tampa's just looking way too. I like their pitching better than the Yankees.
Who I like? I'm gonna go long shot. Organization doesn't get a lot of credit. Oakland A's.
Oakland, they never do. Billy Beane has done a tremendous job
awesome
all these
job.
years.
Yeah, awesome job. And they're the farm team. We are the farm team, the Aviators of the A's.
So is that a homer pick?
No,
you scrambling for something from the Aviators?
No, Don Logan. I worked
I know
for
you do know.
Stars years ago.
Right.
That's how old I am. The Stars, Las Vegas Stars.
I think when I moved here, the Stars was there last year. I want to say maybe last year.
And then went to the 51s.
Yeah, and then went to the 51s.
But I was there during the Padres run.
Yeah.
And we won a championship. Right. I have a ring from the 86
really?
team. Yeah. And needless to say, Don Logan's done a great job as general manager, president, CEO, every position he's held. But it's all he's been that franchise for years.
Absolutely.
And the A's, Billy Beane has done a wonderful. The farm system is incredible, and we have that farm system here. So
I want to encourage you, if you don't know who Billy Beane is, just rent Moneyball. We'll just give you a rough idea about what the Oakland organization has done and how they continue to be there. They continue to be there every year.
Absolutely.
You just got to get over the hump.
Exactly.
So
sort of like the Tampa Bay, in hockey.
Yeah.
Now NL, who do you think so far?
I don't think there's enough teams in there, but the Dodgers are going to be the fair. I love the Padres though. Tatis, and you got Machado now heating up.
Yep.
But how Dodgers are favorite right now, and
they're loaded. Who are we kidding?
Yeah.
But the problem is, what do you do with Kershaw?
Right, Clayton Kershaw just disappears. It seems like in the playoffs.
Put him in the bullpen because Jensen, their reliever, disappears in the playoffs.
Switch role, yeah.
I mean, you don't forget, during the Diamondbacks run, who was the relievers?
Yeah.
Schilling and Randy Johnson alternated in the bullpen.
That's right. And remember, the first round's only 3 games here.
Yes.
First 2 rounds are 3, then 5 and 7. Or is it 2-5? Whatever it is. First 2 rounds are 3 games. So you got to be quick to win, and you got to get your best foot out there.
And in boxing,
I don't care.
We have somebody who wants to come back and box after he gets out of the sexual harassment scandal, and then he's going to fight a senator. Manny Pacquiao. Conor McGregor. Does anybody care?
When McGregor retired, and I'll put that word in quotes, did anybody really take him seriously? I didn't.
Nobody did. I don't think Dana White even took him
seriously. But I don't care. I mean, I don't care. McGregor, this is just all about the greed and the money. That's all it is.
Nate Diaz would be a better dancing partner with Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Do another fight.
Yeah. Do we want to take a break before we go to Hobby Talk?
What?
Huh?
What?
Are you not ready for a break?
Okay, why don't we go to another break?
Yeah, let's go.
We'll come back with some hobby talk, wrap up the show, talk about the auction. You've got a couple commercials that we have stated we needed to run to pay some bills.
You're watching Power Play Sports Collectible Show with Scott and Aaron. We'll be back in about 60 seconds.
Saturday Night Live auction, powered by Power Play Sports Collectibles, will be on Saturday, September 26th at 6:05 Eastern, 3:05 Pacific. This first-time event will be hosted by Chadman316 on Facebook. It will be shared on the Power Play Sports Collectibles pages, but to see and bid in real time, log in to Chadman316 on Facebook. Once again, Saturday, September 26, 6:05 Eastern, 3:05 Pacific. Unicon, Fandoms United, in Las Vegas, March 5th through the 7th, 2021. All the fandoms collide. The toy world, the sports world, the comic world, the cosplay world, gaming, and pro wrestling. Unicon, Fandoms United, at the World Market Center Expo, March 5th through the 7th in Las Vegas. Hope to see you there.
For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall.
Damas y caballeros, I am Ricardo Rodriguez, and I want every single person out there to watch my very favorite show, Thoughts Count Anywhere, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m.
Looking to advertise your small business at a low cost? Do you need your commercial designed or actually produced for you? Advertise on two of the hottest shows on the internet, Power Play Sports Collectibles and Thoughts Count Anywhere. Both shows with getting over 40,000 views per week for only one low cost. For more information, please email info@thoughtscountanywhere.com.
Hey, welcome back. Power Play Sports Collectibles Show. That's Scott. I'm Aaron. We got about 12 minutes. 20. We got less time than I thought we had, so we got a lot to cover.
Teacher, do we need to take you back to hell time?
No, I didn't do time with my first graders this week.
You didn't do time.
No time. Didn't have to teach time.
Didn't wear an orange suit, huh? Never done time?
No, never done time.
So we'll do a little thing at the end of the show here.
Yeah.
But on the desk here, we have a autographed 8x10 JSA certified of, to me, one of the greatest of all times. Chicago Bear, who passed away this past week, Gale Sayers.
That's right.
All you have to do to win this, we're going to give it away at next week's show.
Okay.
All you have to do is go on and like the page, Facebook or Instagram, Power Play Sports Collectibles, and we will definitely give that away.
All right.
Yep. Oh, now there we go. See, and I know how to point and show things. To me, one of the greatest Bears of all time.
Watch Brian's song. That's
the
all
original.
You gotta say. The original. Yes.
The remake sucks.
I don't even remember who was in the remake.
Was that James Caan and Billy D. Williams were the original.
Yeah.
And
was Owen Wilson in the remake as
yes.
Brian Piccolo?
Yeah. It just
who played Sales? I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you got to watch the original because John Rankin. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. It was like the first movie period.
Yeah.
I've really kind of shed a tear over, except for one. Now I really think about it, Fiddler on the Roof, when they had the marriage scene. You remember that? Did you ever see Fiddler on the Roof?
Nah.
All right, never mind.
Exactly.
Forget about it. Next.
I
kind of like the boxing match.
I shed a tear at the Jerk this past weekend.
Oh, but a tear of laughter. Steve Martin.
New phone books here. New phone books,
yes.
Hobby Talk.
We
talked about it a few weeks ago. Vince Scully. He spent 67 years calling baseball, football, don't forget, Olympics, everything. To me, he's the voice of sports.
Yeah.
He has been selling off his collection for not only to be donated to his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And there's many of them. We don't have the numbers, but we talked about it a few weeks ago.
Right.
And the rest is going to UCLA Medical. And so he's definitely given back to the Dodger community, the LA, Southern California. But people don't forget, he was a Brooklyn Dodger announcer also.
Yeah, absolutely.
So his 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers World Series ring was the...
Do we have any pictures?
Yes, we do have a picture of that ring. There it is. $188,000. Now, first of all...
Look how simple the ring was.
Yeah, I was
going
to say, now it's so much bling and that, and they're the size of, these little pumpkins here on the table. But to me, that's classy. Plus, that's pure history. Brooklyn Dodgers world champions.
Jeez, was that the 88 ring you said, right?
No, that's the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Oh, I'm sorry, 55.
1955.
Sorry.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, is the last year until they moved out west. Yep. So that would also be the same year Roy Campanella. Right before his tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched 42 last night again.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I watched because of Bozeman. I taped it the day he passed. They had all these movies out with him.
Yeah, but, watch it not just because of Bozeman, but
no.
just watch it for the history there. It was a
absolutely.
damn good
my God.
Yeah.
When we were talking about stuff before we went on the air about how things would play today versus 40, 50, 60 years ago. But anyway.
So, 2 major card shows have been canceled.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, still having issues. The Chicago Sports Spectacular.
Okay.
And the one of the biggest shows in Canada, the Sports Cards and Memorabilia Expo up in Canada, have both been postponed. I don't want to say canceled because they're going to come back.
Right.
But, they're done for this year. And those are two huge collectible shows. Also, don't forget the National has been canceled. And our 2022 event at the IX Center in Cleveland, we talked about it last year. They're still looking for an alternate venue.
Right.
So right now the National is going to ping pong back and forth between basically New Jersey and Chicago.
Right on.
So
Jersey, baby, the only state you can drop the word new and still know where you're from. Think about it.
Jersey.
That's okay.
Okay. Giannis,
I didn't mean to throw you off there, by the way.
National Treasures 1 of 1 becomes the most expensive basketball card ever to be sold. If we can pull up that picture. There we go. The record lasted less than 6 weeks.
Jeez.
It sold for $1.8 million for a piece of cardboard. And I'm in that business too. And Jason and I, we just so you know, Power Play Sports Collectibles, it used to be Power Play Sports Cards. And over the years, we've changed the name to Collectibles because the card industry took a hard time. Plus, I'm more into the novelties and the autographs and things like that. Well, over the past few weeks, we have put a large amount of trading cards in the store. So if you're looking for trading cards, come on down to Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall, right next to Heads Up Escape Room. In the backside of the mall is easiest to park.
And it's okay to wear?
Boulevard Mall.
There you go.
Yeah, we're open 11 to 7 Monday, or 11 to 9 Monday through Saturday, 11 to 7 on Sundays. I'm just shocked at myself on how much these trading cards are going for.
Right.
Jason and I priced some boxes at $1,200.
Jeez.
And some of we call them blaster boxes that you used to see on the counters at Walmart for $19.99, $29.99. And please don't get upset with me. Just look at eBay pricing and Amazon pricing. There are some that are $100 to $200 for what 2 years ago, last year, we used to pay $20 for.
But that's what they're asking for. That doesn't mean that's what they're paying.
They're
right?
selling.
Those are sold prices?
Sold prices on eBay. It's just amazing. And the supply and demand, a lot of it had to be due to the fact that during the COVID and the shutdown of pretty much the entire country or world, there was no sports. So people clamored back to collecting baseball and sports trading cards. And so needless to say, come on down, take a look at the stuff. We've got boxes still, $20, $10 price tag. But some of the stuff that you could get one of these $1.8 million cards are $1,200, and they're in the display case. No touchy. But needless to say,
send your emails.
Exactly. Hey, I can say that. I'm Asian. New releases.
Oiga Vault.
Yeah, new releases this week.
Yes.
2020 Panini Mosaic NFL.
It sounds like something you'd order at a restaurant.
Exactly.
The Panini.
It's going to. The initial price was about $300 a box.
Okay.
It's not even hit the shelves yet. It's over $800 and selling. 2020 Bowman Chrome Major League Baseball Edition, $240 a box. 1920, as in
1920?
2019, 2020. That's how they do it for some reason. Upper Deck Ultimate Collection NHL, $150 a box. It's within your budget.
Right.
2020 Leaf Valiant Football, $225 a box. And the 2020 NFL Donruss version is about $200 a box right now. And I pulled those prices right off sold eBay and Amazon prices last night.
Crazy. But remember, folks, we don't suggest you do that as an investment. We suggested that if you're going to collect cards and get into it, do it as a hobby and enjoy it for what it is.
Enjoy it.
The fact that you find a card that's worth $1.9 million, listen, you can get struck by lightning more than you could find that one card.
I could tell you this. If $1.8 million, that card showed up and I sold that, we would worry about me being here every week.
So where's Scott?
Yeah,
he's playing in the $100 bills on his living room floor right now,
kidding.
rolling around in the dough.
So some quick events. Let's look at the time here.
Yeah, we're good.
We're
Don't
still
go by
good.
that one. That's ahead.
Yeah, I know. 1956, Mickey Mantle is 8th to hit 50 home runs in a season. He became the 8th person.
Wow.
Here's something that I want to ask you. 1996, Roger Clemens tied his own major league record of 20 strikeouts. Okay, there's 27 outs in a game. 20 strikeouts. Is he ever going to make the Hall?
No.
It's tough. It really is.
He won't.
I mean, him,
Barry
Bonds,
and McGuire, they're all grouped together in that era. So, in my opinion, no.
And, that shows a lot for the players like Pujols.
Yep.
And Greg Maddux.
Yep.
Greg, obviously, is already in the Hall of Fame.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah. They made it through that unscathed.
That's right.
But what about Alex Rodriguez?
No.
You think? I mean, he's really done a lot to revitalize his career and his personality.
Doesn't matter.
Gotcha. 1947. Jackie Robinson, you mentioned, 42, was named Rookie of the Year.
I had it in my head, but Jason just said it out loud. You're talking about Pete Rose. Now, those names that we just talked about, I think if Pete Rose somehow someday gets in, which in my opinion, I don't think he'll get in until he dies.
True.
Because baseball today will not allow him to enjoy being a Hall of Famer. So after he passes and gets in posthumously, or after he's dead, one or the other, then I think that's when he gets in. And then I think the others may follow at some point after that. But
possibility, my opinion of Pete Rose is a lot of different. As a player,
I
hell
understand.
of a player. As you and I have had conversations, I made bets for him. But realistically, I think Pete, if he would have just came clean in the beginning and just said, yeah, I screwed up.
He had that chance with Jim Gray on that sideline during that one game.
And, sort of like the Lance Armstrong thing.
Yeah.
Deny. And then after he did admit it, if you've noticed a lot of his autographs, he's made a mockery of it now.
Right.
With like smart-ass comments and things like that. Yeah, I bet on baseball. So what? If you would have come clean, I think people, the sports writers.
And that's why I say no to Rodriguez. How many times did he deny?
Yes, true.
Same thing with Palmeiro. He sat in that Senate seat.
Yes.
Not at any time. Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. So, by the way, question
tough.
came up by Thomas Burnett. Do we think, and Chief answered, do we think that the Veterans Committee may get those guys in? And I'm going to agree with Chief. And I'm going to say no, because those veterans watched baseball at the time more heavily during the time that these guys played.
And they played against them.
And they played against them. So.
And so, sort of like the Astros, everybody's throwing at their head.
Exactly.
Anyway. That's why.
Yep. Okay. Jackie Robinson, we did that one at 47.
Jose Canseco is the baseball's first to steal
40-40.
40-40.
Still one of the few that lets a home run bounce off his head, though, over
exactly.
a fence.
But 40 bases, 40
and
home
he lives
runs.
in Vegas, so I better watch myself.
Yeah, and he does boxing and MMA now and all sorts of stuff.
I just went through his car wash.
Yeah, he'll take that belt from you after Chief takes it. And 1953.
That belt is sealed in a mayonnaise jar in the porch of Funk and Waggle. So.
Ernie Banks in 1953
let's play two.
The first Chicago Cubs black player.
Yeah.
Yep.
8 years, 7 years after Jackie Robinson broke the barrier.
And, Don Newcomb for the Dodgers also, a few other players. 2000, Dan Marino's number 13 was retired by the Miami Dolphins.
Wow, 20 years already.
I know.
Jeez Louise.
In 1978, and I watched this fight, and I remember it because I was still young, but I still remembered it. Muhammad Ali beat Leon Spinks.
Yeah.
15 rounds they went. Yeah. For the heavyweight boxing title. And in 1987, the number 8,243 consecutive innings streak is broken.
Yep.
Not just games, innings.
It's 908 games. That's almost 9 straight seasons. Eight seasons.
Not even taken out for a pinch hitter or, things of that nature.
Nope.
That's just absolutely amazing. Also, birthdays this past week. Not a lot, but
quite a few mentionable.
Yeah. Mean Joe Green.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Soda commercial. I think that's where most people nowadays, when they go back to look at that, when they do those shows for the Super Bowl commercials of the past and everything, I think.
Do you watch the Super Bowl for the game or the commercials now?
Now, if my team's not in it, I just watch it really for the curiosity of the commercials.
For a halftime show?
Or it depends. Unfortunately, those commercials get leaked early.
Sure.
So you kind of get a sense of what they are to begin with. I've not really liked the commercials over the last maybe 5 years. There's a couple that I still remember that I absolutely love. The What's Up thing with the frogs and all that stuff, that's people still talk about those commercials. Or Budweiser, I'm sorry. And then the What's Up. One that I always loved was for the hot the sauce that you put on, what the heck, there he is. There's Mean Joe Green. That's what I think most people are here, kid.
Absolutely.
Have this. And they recreated that commercial a couple of Super Bowls ago with Mean Joe and the actor.
Who's
or the
no
kid.
longer with us, but
Yeah.
still.
But the mosquito, this guy on a porch down south somewhere, he puts the hot sauce on his pizza, and this mosquito comes up, bites him. The guy doesn't even flinch. You see the mosquito fly off, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
blows up, I mean, commercials like that are classic.
Absolutely.
So I have not liked them in the last couple of years. But anyway, I digress.
Birthdays continuing on. Tommy Lasorda.
Tommy Lasorda, probably one of the greater managers that ever managed baseball, and then became a character within baseball after he came off the field.
True. Also, if you look at the history, and I'm not trying to downplay Tommy because I loved him as a manager.
Mm-hmm.
After doing some research, the Dodgers always had injury problems with arms. And if you look at his career being, Brooklyn Dodger pitcher,
right,
through being a pitching coach, third base coach, he always had something to do with the pitchers. Turns out, if you look at it, he was always one leaving pitchers in a game longer than they should have.
Right.
Which led to a lot of, we have ghosts in the studio again, which leads to a lot of, if you think about it, Dodger injuries.
That sounds like that's maybe Chris getting ready to come back on if you mute pod down that. Go ahead.
But a lot of Dodger injuries for arms,
Yeah.
and got to think about that,
Yep.
on the long term. David Stern passed away, but basketball commissioner.
Revitalized the NBA at a time that it really needed to.
Red Auerbach, the cigar.
The cigar, Boston Celtics coach.
Yep. Guy Lafleur.
Hockey great.
Yeah. And Jim Abbott.
Lefty.
Duh. But that's just wrong. For those, Jim Abbott was born with one hand. And
yes. Pitched a no-hitter for my Yankees.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Give him all the credit in the world for being a
God bless him.
game changer.
What is he doing now? Any idea?
I think I heard he's coaching.
He's coaching. That's what I thought.
But, inspirational to
Absolutely.
small children that, with disabilities and things of that nature.
Right on.
Can absolutely, go on to pitch in the majors.
No question.
And I saw a couple shots right back at him, too, that he caught. He could flip that glove around and boom, you know, it's like, wow.
Because he had the glove under his arm while
Yep.
he pitched, and they had to quickly, in that 3 or 2 seconds that it takes for the ball to get to home plate, had to get that glove on his hand just in case.
Absolutely.
And then if a comebacker came to him, he had to do it again. He had to take the glove off, get the ball out, and get it over to first.
But yeah, how do you throw a no-hitter? That's just amazing. I mean, you can lay down a bunt. And I saw people actually doing that to, capitalize on his injury.
The unwritten rules, though, right?
Yeah.
You don't lay down bunts when you're trying to break up a no-hitter.
Yeah, okay. So
unwritten.
Well, we're going to end the show with, first of
Yes.
all, once again, we're giving away the Gale Sayers JSA authenticated. There's the sticker. And we have no... Okay, there we are. There we go.
Want to show the sticker on the back?
Certificate.
Or the certificate.
The JSA
There you
certificate
go.
right there. But we are giving that away in honor of Gale Sayers passing, one of the greatest Chicago Bears of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the movie Brian Song. And with that being said, we're going to end the show with a little tribute. And the Fiend's coming on, but we won't call it the Fiend right now.
No.
And once again, come on down to the Boulevard Mall. Don't forget the Sports Card Collectible Show. We'll have Chris Chandler back on in a few minutes with TCA talking about the auction.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do to win this, by the way, go to our Facebook page or Instagram page and like the page. Follow us, and we will choose a name next Saturday.
Okay. Instagram? We have Instagram now? I didn't realize
Yes,
we had
we
Instagram.
do.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah, Matt's taking care of everything. Him and Ryan and Jason, they're taking care of everything.
Excellent.
So once again,
I
rest
have
in
laundry
peace.
that needs to be picked anyway.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Mr. Gale Sayers, who you'll be dearly missed.
Absolutely. One of the greatest football players of all time. Coming up in 5 minutes. Thoughts Count Anywhere right here on Go Live. Thank you for watching. Rest in peace, Gale Sayers. We'll see you in 5 minutes.